Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Drew Granieri, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my math problem that I created from scratch. Let's start it off, shall we? Here we have the problem. A two-person team is competing against other teams in a running and swimming competition. Both teammates start at a certain point and take different paths, creating a 60-degree angle. The goal is to create the furthest distance apart from your teammate in order to win. Team 1. The first person swims 3.7 miles per hour for 30 minutes until he reaches land and runs at a pace of 8 miles per hour for an hour. The second person swims 3 miles per hour for 45 minutes until he reaches land and runs at a pace for 9 miles per hour for an hour. Team 2. The first guy swims 2 miles per hour for an hour until he reaches land and runs 6 miles per hour for an hour. The second guy swims 2.2 miles per hour for an hour until he reaches land and runs at a pace of 6.5 miles per hour for an hour. Team 3, the first person swims 4 miles per hour for 30 minutes until he reaches land and runs at a pace of 2 miles per hour for an hour. And the second person swims 1 mile per hour for 2 hours until he reaches land and runs at a pace of 4 miles per hour for an hour. What is the distance between the teammates for teams 1, 2, and 3 who came in first, second, and third? Those are the questions that I am asking. And here is the math that you need to do to solve these problems. Now you have to keep in mind the trigonomic equations that you have to utilize the cosine equation to figure out how to find the distance apart, and that the distance apart determines who comes in first and second. So in team 1 we have swimming and running, and these are the distances that we have: 9.85 miles and 10.5 miles, and those are the distances that each guy goes. And to figure out the distance apart, you have to square those two numbers and subtract it by 10.5, 9.85, 2, and cosine 60 multiplied together. And once you find the solution to that, you square root it to find c. And I just use c as a variable to represent distance apart. So once you find that, it's 10.2 miles apart. That is the distance that they created from each other. Now for team 2, I did the same thing to calculate it. Found 8 miles and 8.7 miles as the two distances that the people went, and then I used the equation to find the miles apart, which was c. So I had that for team 1, team 2, and team 3, and then I used that for I did it for team 3, did the same thing, plugged everything in, and that gave me 5.3 miles apart for team 3. So team 1 came in first with 10.2 miles apart, team 2 came in second with 8.4 miles apart, and team 3 came in third for 5.3 miles apart. I based the miles per hour of swimming off of a website that I found. I found that the average swimming pace that people swim at is 3.7 miles per hour. So I based it off of that for the swimming part, and I based the running part off of another study that I found of the average of running. Thank you for solving my math problem with me. I had a lovely time, and I hope you did too.